As you can see, there are many green and blue icons. I will now scroll down and click on a blue icon, a record icon. And now I'm going to click on the marriage record shown. Now I'm going to click on Review and Attach. Looking at the record on the left side, we can see that the mother of the bride is shown to be the person of record. Here's the mother of the bride, Elizabetha Dielman, and here's the bride, Caroline Katharina Dielman. Notice that the bride is listed as a daughter. We also see at the bottom the names of the groom and his parents. The groom would be Ludwig, and his parents would be Jacob and Louisa. I first want to feel reasonably confident that this record matches my relatives. We can see that the names of the mother and the daughter match, and that the available dates match. So we see this name here matches this name here, and the dates match reasonably well. And here you have Elizabetha, and then you have Elizabetha here. By clicking on the word record, we can see that she was born in, I guess we would pronounce this Zweibrücken. By clicking on the name of the daughter, and then the word person, we can see that the daughter was born in Zweibrücken. At this point, I feel reasonably confident that the record matches. So now I will choose Attach. I will now click Compare for the bride, or for the, you could say, the daughter of the person of record. There's no data to add, so I'm just going to click Attach. In order to attach the groom to my tree, I'm going to need to have the bride, Caroline Katharina Dielman, I need to have her as the new person of record. So to do that, you'll click on the word Change, and then you'll pick on her name. We see from this black triangle here that the husband Ludwig has already been in the system, and this is him right here. So what we want to do is go to him right now in the system. So I'll select it or click on it. And now I'm going to go ahead and copy his user ID by clicking on it and then clicking on Copy ID. And now I will go back to where I was. So what we want to do now is that we want to attach, or should say we want to add Ludwig to this Caroline Katharina Dielman as her husband. Now you may ask yourself, how do we know this Ludwig that here is the Ludwig that we want? Well, we can see from going back here again to Ludwig, we see that his parents were Johann Jacob Schomburger, and his mother was Louisa Bali. So if we go back again, we can see that his parents are Jacob Schomburger and Louisa Bali. So what we'll do now is we'll select or click on Caroline, the bride, go to her person page, and now we'll come down and scroll to we'll add a spouse. We'll add her husband by clicking on spouse. Now we're not going to necessarily have to add him by his name. We can add him by his ID number. So I'll click on ID number, and being that we copied it, I'll now just simply paste it. And I'll say next. Now it tells me here that it did go out to the system and find him. So I'm going to say add that match. So now we see Caroline being married to Ludwig. So let's go back to where we were. Now I'll do a refresh on here. And we see now that Ludwig is now attached. So from the record, he's now attached. The record is now attached to the Ludwig that we had before. Now we have his parents here at the bottom, Jacob and Louisa. So now what we'll want to do is to be able to add the parents, we need to now make Ludwig the person of record. So the way we do that is we click on the word change, and we select Ludwig. And then above we see where now Jacob and Louisa from the record are shown to be side by side to the Johann Schomburger and Louisa Bailey that's in the system. So all is good. So what have we achieved here? We thought that we might be adding some new people to not only to our tree, but to the system. We thought we'd be adding the husband Ludwig and his parents, but we came to find out that Ludwig and his parents were already in the system, but Ludwig was not shown to have a bride or a wife. So what we have done is united these people together into a family.